Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am really excited because we're going to be testing out the IL MAKIAGE Foundation and Concealer. I have gotten so many requests from you guys. I know at the risk of sounding like every other YouTuber, but for real, I have gotten this requested a couple of times from you, and I was like, I have to just try out this foundation because it looks really good from what you guys are telling me and from what I've seen as well. So basically this foundation is a little bit different than most, or I should say like the system that IL MAKIAGE has is different. So you go online on their website. This video is not sponsored, by the way. I purchased everything with my own money, but you go online, you take a 90-second quiz, basically just answering questions about your foundation, your preferences, your skin, undertones, all that kind of stuff. I don't remember all the questions, but like I said, it's really quick and easy. You just answer everything, and it basically gives you your perfect shade based on those questions that you answer. And what's really cool is that when you are checking out with your foundation, you don't have to pay for the foundation right away. You actually just pay for shipping, and then if you don't end up loving the foundation or if it's not your shade, you can just send it right back. If it is your shade, then you just keep it, and then you pay full price and they charge your card that they have on hand. So as I was editing, I realized I didn't really talk too much about the return process or the price of the product. So the foundation retails for $44 and the concealer is $28. As I was checking out, I actually just ended up adding it in because the shade range on both is really great, and I was like, why not? So at checkout, you only pay $5, which is the price of shipping, and if you get the product and it doesn't work for you, you have 14 days from the date of arrival to return or exchange it for free. And then you can just print the label directly on their website if you go to ilmakiage.com/return. So yeah, the process is super quick and easy. It's a really unique system. I don't know any other brand that allows you to return the foundation like that and like try it out before actually paying for it. So I really like that. I was really intrigued by that kind of concept. And I'm actually really curious to see if I got a good foundation match, because I sometimes struggle with finding the perfect shade. It happens, but not all the time. So I have my little box here of goodies, and I'm actually really impressed so far because I ended up getting the products a lot sooner than what I thought. I got this a few days ago, but I'm like just now getting around to filming it. But got the foundation, and then I also got the concealer that we're going to be testing out today. We're going to do a little wear test and see how this looks. I will leave some other foundation shades that I am currently down below if you are interested. I have combo skin, but lately it's been a little bit more on kind of like the normal to dry-ish side. It's a little bit more normal now that it's not as cold out here in Pennsylvania, but yeah, that is my skin. I always prep it beforehand. I cleansed and moisturized and did my SPF and everything. It's been a few hours though, so it's been settling into my skin, so I have no face makeup on right now, but I am going to prime like I normally would, just so that I can give the foundation a fair shot and we can see how it looks. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Grab a snack and subscribe to my channel. I upload every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, so I hope you stick around, and let's get into some IL MAKIAGE. All right guys, so we of course are up close and personal in natural daylight. I did prep my skin already with the e.l.f. Soothing Facial Oil Mist. I love this. It's basically a primer oil but in a spray form, and it's really lightweight, nice and hydrating, so I did use some of that a little bit ago, and now I'm going to go in with the Hard Candy Sheer Envy Hydrating Primer. This is one of my favorite long-lasting hydrating primers. It's kind of like the Milk Makeup one, but I like this one better because it is more hydrating on the skin. I'm just gonna prep with this. Pretty much put this all over. So in the box, I do get this little card here. It gives you kind of like a step-by-step on the foundation. So it says apply 2 pumps to your entire face, jaw, and neckline. Blend out with a brush or a sponge. Okay, packaging is beautiful. It is a frosted glass, comes with a pump, which is really convenient. And you get 1 fluid ounce of product, which is pretty standard for the foundation. So this is specifically their Woke Up Like This Flawless Base Foundation, and mine is in shade 060, and very cool, but this is actually made in Italy. So let's do it. So I'm going to do 2 pumps. There we go. We got 1 pump, and then we got 2. Feels like kind of liquidy, which is really nice, so it's not like thick. And I'm going to just get started. I guess we'll start on one side first just to see if we have a good color match. Let's see if we have a match. Oh wow. Okay, that looks like skin. I feel like I might need a little bit more, but we'll see how this looks because I'm literally using all the product that I have on the back of my hand. That was 2 pumps. It does have a scent to it. It smells nice though. It also says to blend down here, but I don't know if I have enough product. It blends in really, really like nicely, very seamlessly. I mean, this looks like my shade. Didn't really get a ton of coverage, like full coverage, but I can always go back and add more. So I did use all the product that I have on the back of my hand. So let's do the other side. And this is my Haley's Beauty Sponge, by the way. definitely looks like your skin, but better. So like that I woke up like this kind of vibe, I definitely get that from this foundation. I feel like it evened out my skin tone and just kind of enhanced my natural skin, which is really nice. Probably gonna do one more pump just to see how it looks. I know it says 2 pumps, but I feel like that's just not gonna be enough for me to really get a good feel for the foundation. I have to say also, the pumps when they come out, they don't disperse a lot of product. Just something to keep in mind. I feel like when you do 2 pumps, that's equivalent to 1 full pump of like another foundation. So just a little FYI. I'm gonna do a little bit more because I do have like a pimple coming in right there, and I have a little bit of scarring on this side, on my left side, which is gonna be your right. So I wanna just see how it builds up. The formula feels so like lightweight and creamy that I feel like it's not gonna be cakey. So let me try it on this side with the sponge. That looks really, really good. It's, like I said, very skin-like. Oh, let's blend out the other side with my brush. Coverage is definitely buildable, which I love. So I feel like it starts off like a very natural, super natural medium coverage, and then when you build it up, you can definitely get more coverage. It still feels really, really lightweight. This is a very fresh foundation. The newest foundation that I've been using a ton is the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream, and I feel like this has a little bit less coverage than that one. So just to give you sort of an idea, but it's very pretty. I think the shade is like incredible. Like I'm really, really impressed that just with, you know, answering those questions that they were able to match. Like this looks perfect. Now we have their concealer, and this is supposed to be a multi-use perfecting concealer. I got the shade 3.5, so let's try it out. I really like the packaging on this too. This is really nice as well. Let's do one eye first. And then with this, I'm gonna use my Haley's Beauty sponge. So this is what it looks like, kind of a little before and after. So obviously this is the side with the concealer. This is the side without the concealer. I feel like, again, this is also very natural medium coverage. It concealed what it needed to conceal without being too heavy or too thick. It blended in really nicely. It kind of has that same very liquidy consistency, but it's not like nearly as thick as like a Tarte Shape Tape or even like the CoverGirl Undercover Concealer. I feel like comparing this to those, it has a little bit less coverage, but it's definitely a more runny formula. And it looks like it would just be perfect for somebody who just wants to add a little something under the eyes without being too much. It's definitely an under eye enhancer, I would say. The formula of both the foundation and the concealer, though, I have to say, they both melt into the skin. It's really easy to work with. Yeah, it's definitely like the most natural, medium, skin-like coverage. I actually really, really like it because, again, it's just kind of like you woke up like this. It's so pretty. It's so easy to blend too. I feel like both of these products could be ideal for somebody who's like on the go. You want something fresh for every day. It's just my first impression. That could change in a few hours, but so far I'm really actually loving the way that this is looking. I have to say also, the shades on both are so on point. Like I can't even like believe this. Okay, so I just finished up the rest of my makeup, and also I don't know if like earlier you guys could tell my chest was a little bit kind of like darker and like orangey looking. I had on this concealer that I had right here because I had been scratching like crazy. My skin is just so dry, and I actually ended up making like little scabs on my neck, so I covered them up with concealer because they kind of look like hickeys, to be honest. I took that concealer off because I feel like it kind of looked a little orange, and I put on a lighter one, so hopefully it looks a little bit better than earlier. Anyways, the makeup is done, and I will leave the products like lip color and highlighter and blush bronzer if you're interested down below in the description box, so check that out. I'm really loving the way this is looking. I think it looks very fresh. The color did not oxidize. I did want to wait about like 5 minutes or so before applying my other products over top just to see how the foundation actually settled into the skin. And I think it looked really good. Even now, I think it looks good. It doesn't look like it oxidized or like it's darker. The concealer I think looks really nice also. Like I like the combo of both of the products together because I feel like they work hand in hand really nicely because they're both, I would say, like just natural skin enhancers, but they have, I think, a good amount of coverage to the point where it's definitely going to even out skin tone and just give you the most natural, fresh coverage without being cakey. cakey or too much on the skin. It's definitely one of those foundations where when you look up close, it looks like your skin. It doesn't look like you're wearing a lot of makeup, which is really nice. It's very seamless on the skin and it's very comfortable. So I have to say it looks good, it feels good. And even like the under eyes, it doesn't look like they're creasing excessively. Obviously I did set my makeup and everything and I used setting spray. I did use my Smashbox Weightless setting spray if you're wondering, but I guess really like my only complaint, it's not really a complaint, it's really just an observation actually, I should say, is that I do feel like for me personally, I needed more than the 2 pumps which is suggested. I would say I needed at least 3 pumps. I feel like when you pump out the products, you don't get as much foundation as with most foundations. Like some of them you get more than others, and with this pump it just so happens that you do get a little bit of product, which I'm not really complaining about honestly, because you know, then you can really eye it out and see how much you need. That way you're not using an excess amount of product. But for me personally, I feel like I did need more than the 2 pumps that were suggested, but it's really not a big deal. I still like the finish of it. I like how it feels. It doesn't feel heavy. And also I feel like the shade is so on point that I didn't really need to drag it all the way down to my neck and my chest because everything kind of looks really seamless right now. So it is around 11:20 right now. So I'm gonna come back in a few hours, probably around like 5:30, 6 o'clock-ish, because I do want to get this video up tonight. And I'll check in with you guys. We'll see how it looks, if there's any changes. But right now, okay, Il Makiage, I am very impressed. Hey guys, I'm back. It is almost 7:30 p.m. right now. So I have been wearing this makeup for a little bit longer than what I thought I was gonna wear it today. I started filming around 11, so like what, almost 8 hours at this point? Or 8 hours actually. I haven't touched up, like blotted or anything on my face. I just added a little bit more bronzer to my left cheek because it was looking a little splotchy earlier. I forgot I was wearing makeup for a second. When I got home from the grocery store, I ripped off my mask, and plus my mask was a little bit too tight because it was the only mask that I had on me in the car. I kind of ripped it off a little aggressively and it kind of slid across my face, and that's why the left cheek is looking a little splotchy. But this is what the rest of the makeup is looking like, and I have to say I am still very impressed with the way that the foundation itself looks. I don't notice anything too crazy. I mean, I was grocery shopping earlier, running a couple errands. I wasn't wearing my mask for a super long time. I would say like maybe an hour or so. I was pretty busy and I was like kind of taking it on and off because I had to go to a couple different places. So not a full day of wearing it, but you know, I was kind of taking it on and off, and it doesn't look as bad as you would think. I don't see any crazy like oil or shine peeking through. I feel like it still looks really natural. The finish of this is actually supposed to be a matte finish, but I feel like for me it feels more of just like a natural finish. It's not too matte or drying. It's not too dewy. It's just honestly a really comfortable finish on the skin. And I have to say it actually did wear really well throughout the day. I don't notice anything like too crazy or aggressive. Even around my nose, it doesn't look like it completely wore off. Maybe a little bit, but nothing too bad. Like everything is still intact, which is really impressive. Again, just considering that I was wearing a pretty tight mask today. I also love the fact that it has not oxidized. It doesn't look darker. So I'm definitely impressed with the brand. Like the shipping was really fast. I like the shade range. I like the products that I use. So I'm definitely going to be doing a full face of Il Makiage because I'm really loving it. And I want to try out their other foundation, which is supposed to be more full coverage. I feel like this one is more of like a natural kind of medium coverage, as I mentioned throughout the video like a million times. But for real, it's really pretty and it's long wearing from what I see, even with wearing a mask. So I'm loving it. I'm loving the concealer. I like the shade range. I like how it's cruelty free. It's long wearing, and I like how you can try out the product for 2 weeks for just $5 and then return it or send it back if you want to try out a different shade or if it didn't work for you. I don't know of any other brand that does that, so that is very unique. And then if you like it, you keep it and you have a good foundation and it's like a perfect match. So definitely check it out if you have not already. I recommend it. So if you guys have tried this, let me know your thoughts, or if there's any other products that you love from the brand, let me know down below. Hopefully this video was helpful. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not already, and give this video a thumbs up if you love foundation first impressions and reviews. I love you guys. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye.